Hey y'all, it's Amber.
And Clara.
Welcome to Knead for Reality, where the mixers are loud, the takes are hotter than the oven, and the drama never disappoints.
Grab a glass of wine, coffee, or whatever is around you, preheat to 350, and let's get into it. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
And what's up, weekend friends?
Oh, it was a week. Well, it was, I guess, a slow week for me. How about you?
This was a terrible week. I hated this last week. I hated the other week too. But everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Why don't you tell our listeners then about your even more terrible week?
Oh my god, you guys, I ran a half marathon. Remember that thing I said I was gonna do? I actually did it. Yeah, that was insane. For those who, I guess, live under a rock, or maybe this is your first episode of Knead for Reality, this weekend I am still up in Rhode Island, and I ran my first half marathon, race. It was the Providence races with road races, road spelled RHODE, like the island. And it was probably the toughest thing I've ever had to do. And I can't believe, actually, halfway through, I was like, I signed up for another one of these. What the hell was I thinking?
Well, I have a question.
Okay, I'm assuming I have an answer.
I assume in your running, you've been running more than half marathons.
No.
So then what? Oh, I was going to say, well, what makes a half marathon different than your practice runs?
So my practice runs, I use an app called Runna, which is by Strava, and that's a really good opportunity there if we want to get sponsored.
Please reach out to our producer, Corbin.
So what the app has me doing is it has me doing some tempo runs, which is maybe easy 400 meters at a certain pace. So it gives you that spurts of sprinting and spurts of kind of going at a casual pace. And then it'll have me do an easy run, which has been about 5 miles, 6 miles. And then on Saturdays, I run with my friend Cassia, who has us, it usually has us doing maybe 10 miles, 11 miles, 12 miles. Very rarely are you supposed to actually do the half marathon length. So when I did my half marathon length, that was just a trial run to see if I could do it. But for my birthday this year, I plan on taking the day off so that I can run 15 miles because my birthday's on July 15th. And so I'm kind of training towards that now of being able to do 15 miles. And then, we have that surprise if I get the marathon lottery for London next year. And if I do, I actually have to train for that. I have to train for a marathon. Mm-hmm. But it was a really great experience. My time was 2 hours and 36 seconds, which my previous marathon attempt or half marathon attempt was 2 hours and I want to say 5 minutes or something. Mm-hmm. So I shaved off 5 minutes.
That's sick.
Dude, it was really sick. It was a 9 minute and 11 second pace per mile, which I was very impressed that I could do. And now my knees are broken. So
yeah, I'm not surprised at all. You chose to run for 2 hours straight.
Disclaimer, Clara's knees are not actually broken. They just feel broken.
Thank you, Corbin. So I'll be slow moving this next week. So this next week, who knows what it'll be like. But I want to give a quick shout out to everyone who sent me a voice memo on my Rally app. Corbin, shout out to you. You apparently did, but it did not save. But I know that you meant it from the bottom of my heart. And also, I did have your messages coming in my ear about, me finishing and stuff. So that was really cool. And Amber, thank you for your beautiful one of you singing your rendition of the final countdown.
It's really the beautiful. Final countdown.
Yeah, so we'll see if I can beat that time in September. But what did you guys do?
So Corbin and we went to go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. And I thoroughly enjoyed it because, well, let me backtrack a little bit. I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like with sequels, they're never as good as the original. So I was kind of hesitant going to see The Devil Wears Prada 2 because, the original is such an iconic movie. But I was thoroughly impressed, thoroughly enjoyed with the movie. I loved seeing I felt like there was more fashion in this one. They really put more emphasis on the outfits, which I thought was cool. I'm really glad that they kept Miranda the way she was because I was nervous because obviously the early 2000s is a different society than society is now. So I wasn't sure if they were going to change her for that. So I'm glad that they kind of kept that controversial. And it was just cool to see them all grown up 20 years later. Corbin, what did you think?
No, I also really, really enjoyed it. I love Stanley Tucci. I will watch anything that Stanley Tucci is in. But I think they did a good job bringing back the original characters, making them feel like they'd grown and changed without taking away who they were as a character. I also think, as somebody in media, that it was fun to watch them battle with like the AI and the instantaneous way that things are impacting society and media. I thought that was really well done. But a cool thing was that Paige and Hannah from Summer House had a brief cameo. And I was like, I get this reference now.
But I can't believe I didn't even see them in the movie. This is why we got to go watch it again. So
They were in the
Clara, we're
background,
back in
apparently,
Virginia.
like as
The
yeah.
Alamo is where we should go watch it next.
No, 100%. I'm down for some sit down time because I think I need some sit down time.
It's well deserved.
Thank you.
Well, we'll make sure you have a recliner.
I heard it made. Oh, perfect. I heard it made 60 million in that first week. So this weekend alone.
Are you serious? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I'm not surprised though. I thought there was a lot of hype and I thought that the promotions for this movie were really good.
Well, I think you put Meryl Streep, Stanley Tucci, Anne Hathaway, and Emily Blunt in anything, and people are going to see it. I mean, what's not to like about those four?
Well, I did make Ben watch my homework with me, which was to watch The Devil Wears Prada 1 before we went on. Was that Wednesday?
You had never seen The Devil Wears Prada?
No, Ben never saw The Devil Wears Prada.
Okay.
And he seemed to enjoy it. So we will also be forcing him to go when we all go together.
I think that Ben is the classic. I'm not interested in it, but then he will watch always.
Yep.
And I think it's the funniest when it's the shows that you and me really get into. Love Island. Like over the summer, there was Love Island, and he was like, "Nah, this show's stupid." He's just eating and watching it the whole time. Or I think it was also Dancing with the Stars when he put something on the bottom TV.
Oh yeah, and he's just watching the actual big TV with us. And I'm like, just why is the bottom TV on? Just embrace that you really like this show too. Don't be such a man, okay?
He's like, I don't have any opinions on this, and he's like, this guy's not here for the right reasons. He's just here for famous. He's so wrong with her.
He's just here for the zip line. No, he was like that too when we did for book club when we did Twilight. He's sitting here, and Amber would come to every book club meeting and be like, so I have some Ben phrases I'd like to read to you. I was like, he should just come. He's basically part of book club at this point. He's watched all the movies. He just needs to read the books. But yeah, no, we had a friend come with us to Devil Wears Prada 2. And he'd watched the first 15 minutes of the first Devil Wears Prada, so he didn't get all the jokes like we did. But I heard him right as the movie started go, that's how the first movie starts. And I was like, oh, he's locked in.
That's amazing. Well, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. It sounds like it was a good time. And I do want to go see it. But yeah, what else did you do this week, Amber?
So Ben's birthday is this week. So we did a birthday experience. I took him to Fogo de Chão. Have you ever been?
I have been to Fogo de Chão in the Wharf for their all-day happy hour on Sunday.
Oh.
And I can't say it was the best experience, but that was the happy hour at the bar. And I imagine that it would actually be better probably doing the actual food experience, like buying the meats and having them come to your table. So what did you do?
That's what we did. We went to the location in Tyson's, and I was like, okay, we have to get the meats. I was like, if you want the indulgent version, you may get the indulgent version. This is your birthday. But it was so funny because they weren't really walking around to do the meats, and then all of a sudden they were everywhere. And we were like, steak, 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 chicken, cheese, 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 pork. And we tried so much. And Ben made a good point. It's kind of like a bougie buffet because you go up to the market to get
It's like
your
a rich
sides.
people's buffet. Yeah.
It is, and then they bring the meat to you. And I was like, "Oh, that's a fair point." I really liked whatever the cheese block thing is with the honey drizzle. The pork was really good too, which I was surprised about. And I think I there was like a steak cut that I liked too. But it was a very interesting experience, and it's an experience you actually have to pay attention to when you're walking out, like
Mm-hmm.
watching the widers walk around. Because if there was something I didn't want, I would flip the card over to be like, nah, you don't need to ask. But then I would flip it over so fast, especially when I saw the cheese guy. I said, come here. Your girl needs some more cheese. So then, Clara, since you're in Rhode Island, what has been your favorite part? Have you gone to visit any of our Rhode Island spots that we've been seeing on the show? I gotta know.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked about Rhode Island because I have so many favorite things. I have not been to any of the housewife stuff. I really wanted to try, but this trip was like kind of rushed and definitely there was like so many things that I wanted to do. However, seeing the Capitol building always makes me happy because we do get shots of that in the housewife show. And it just reminds me of home. But there's so many places of Rhode Island that I have not been to that are shown on the show. So it's just kind of like a new perspective for me, especially like where I was running this weekend. I was like, I've never knew this existed, but these houses are
Mm.
gorgeous. I will say I learned from my mom and my aunt that our family used to go to Superior Bakery all the time before it closed.
Oh.
So that's like a little bit of lore that I was like, wait, have I been to Superior Bakery?
Hmm. Have
Our
you?
favorite. I don't know. They couldn't answer that question for me, which was lame.
Rude. No, I'm just kidding.
But my grandmother did not like Superior Bakery, apparently.
Oh, hot
Her
take.
bakery was Calvito's bakery and then also the original Italian bakery. So, depending on what time we get out of here tomorrow morning, I might make my mom stop at one of the two so that I can get some treats. Um,
Yeah.
but I will say, just being in Rhode Island always makes me giggle. My aunt does have a strong Rhode Island accent. She says she doesn't, but she definitely does. And she has some strong opinions on the housewives. Her biggest thing is that she says it's not actually called pizza. I have always learned that it was called pizza growing up. And I
Okay.
think it's called pizza at the bakery. Now, when I'm talking about pizza, I'm talking about the bread with the sauce, no cheese.
Yeah, because
You
that's
think that's
not
gross.
pizza. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
gross.
There are such things as pizza strips, though,
Okay.
which my aunt says that's an actual thing. And that's just when it's not a square, it's actually like just a strip of the bread. So
With the sauce or no sauce?
with sauce,
No cheese.
but no cheese. And I sent you guys a photo of pizza in the wild this weekend.
Yeah, that was okay. Corbin's got to say something, but that was disgusting. I cringed at that photo.
So I am with my dad. And I am like, oh my gosh, Clara just sent us the most disgusting thing ever. Look at this awful pizza. And he goes, no, I'm Team Clara on this one. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean you can't be? What? Where's the cheese? And he's like, no, like, because if you're at the beach, you don't want the dairy to go bad. And I said, no, 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 no. You just eat that pizza and then you go in the water. I was like, pizza needs cheese. So Clara, Corbin's dad is on your side.
Well,
And
as
he's gross for it.
Corbin's dad should be on my side. Well, one,
No,
I never
he's
actually
gross.
said.
How dare he?
I never said that I prefer pizza this way. I would like to put on the record.
So he is on
that-
his own. Suck it, Corbin's dad.
But I'm saying that culturally, this is what I grew up knowing as also pizza. And I stand by that. Now, I know you have a hot take, Corbin, so you may.
Oh no, I was just gonna say my dad actually has the same opinion. He's like, I prefer my pizza with cheese. He goes, but I get it. I understand it. And I was like, that's the wrong answer. But then we got into Amber's whole cereal thing, how she doesn't put milk in her cereal, and he was on Team Corbin and Clara on that one, where he was like, no, that's weird. Amber's obviously a psychopath. Like, it was a whole thing.
But where did that come from this weekend that you're randomly texting about cereal and milk?
I don't know what we were texting. No, you asked a question, didn't you, Corbin?
Yeah, because when you eat your pizza without cheese, I was like, that's sociopath behavior. I need to know if she's also a psychopath and puts her milk in before her cereal. So it just felt like it needed to be asked.
Oh, and then I just inserted my opinion because you guys are the psychopaths. Because who wants to eat soggy cereal, Corbin and Clara? Not this girl. I like the crunch. If I want to have my milk, it is on the side.
So you're just out here like putting your Cheerios in a cup and like eating them out of a cup and then drinking milk? Just put it all together.
Corbin, no. Okay? They belong on each side. I want to enjoy each how it was meant to be in life. Crunchy and then milky, okay?
Wait, so I just want to confirm here. You do not put milk with your cereal.
No, that's gross. I don't want to eat soggy cereal.
Do you eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch at all?
I'm more of a Lucky Charms kind of gal.
Do you crave those crazy squares?
Well, because you're...
I love them crazy squares.
Because you're missing out. Part of the best part about Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the cinnamon milk you get at the end that you get to drink. It's the best part.
Dude, I think you're actually a psychopath. Like, I mean, I know we had this really nice moment at the beginning of recording, before recording, talking about like our friendships and like how we really value each other. I think you are actually a psychopath.
No, here's where my trauma stems from, okay, Clara?
Ooh, trauma, serial trauma.
Your girl put milk in her Cocoa Puffs, right? And I'm thinking, I'm going to get chocolate milk from my Cocoa Puffs. Guess what? I got soggy sadness because my cereal was soggy and the milk was not chocolatey, okay? And I've never put in milk in my cereal since that moment. Everything is on the side as it should, as God intended it to be.
That it just seems like user error. I think that I don't know what they were teaching you in Pittsburgh, but in my side of Pennsylvania, they were not teaching us that you get chocolate milk. This girl probably thought the chocolate milk also came from brown
Yeah,
cows.
this girl did. Chocolate cows equals chocolate milk.
Okay, so I did the research just now. I Googled how to eat cereal, and Google agrees. Pouring cereal into the bowl and then adding milk. And its only variation is put the cereal in first and then pour the milk on top to maintain crunchiness. It says nothing about eating it like it's a cracker.
I think this has to be a poll this week on the Reels.
I think so too.
Which, by the way, sorry, I'm behind on Reels. I've been running. But I think this should be a poll, and we will come back next week with answers of what's happening.
Did Ben know this about you when he married you? Was this a conscious choice?
He discovered on Saturday that I don't put milk with my cereal. And I was getting roasted by Clara, Corbin's dad, and Ben. So I was getting roasted on all fronts.
And what does that tell you, Amber?
That you are all the psychopaths. There's something wrong with you guys and not me. I am the normal one here. Ooh.
He said in sickness and in health, but the second that you put your cereal and your milk in different containers, it's done. I can't.
He said, I'm out. That's it. That was the bad straw. I crossed the line. Ooh. Okay.
Was that a debate we had? I think that was the one debate that we were supposed to have on the pod today. I will go through this fast because we have the Valley to get through and then we have to watch this show. Okay. My aunt would like to say, one, the restaurants that we go to up here always carry Heinz. Amber, I thought of you.
Thank you.
Vinegar on French fries, yes or no?
No. I'm a ketchup only gal.
Fair enough. Corbin?
I will go. So it's not, I will do it. It's not my favorite. My stepdad, though, obsessed. My stepdad and my sister but to be fair, my stepdad will drink vinegar just like straight from the bottle, but he loves it. For me, I'd rather do a ketchup or a honey mustard.
Okay. Where is he from?
He was raised in Northern Virginia, but his family is from Maryland and West Virginia.
Interesting. Okay, so my aunt says vinegar on French fries is a very Rhode Island thing, which as long as I have been coming up here, it has been. So I do believe that. My aunt wanted to throw in some fun facts about Rhode Island. Okay. Rhode Island was the first state to declare independence from the Brits. And today, on my half marathon, which I will include on maybe our story, there were little red coat people, like little Revolutionary War people.
Oh,
they shot a cannon. They shot a legit ass cannon. The first time it scared me. I was shaking in my boots a little bit. I was like, I'm awake now. And then I know we'll get into this in the dessert section, but there is this creamery called the Newport Creamery, which started in Newport, Rhode Island. It was originally it became an ice cream store after the dairy place where they would drop the milk off. You used to have a milkman, and so then it became a creamery, and now it has food and all that shit like that. But a milkshake here is called a cabinet.
A cabinet?
A cabinet.
Cabinet.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Well,
I'll look that up during a commercial break.
Or ask your aunt. I'm assuming she's upstairs.
She might be actually in bed. She's a early bird like myself. And a grinder is not an app for the gays. It is a stub.
A stub?
A sub. Like a sub.
Sandwich. Oh, a hoagie.
Yes, except for we call it a grinder. With the ER, not just an R.
But what's still interesting is when you said grinder, my brain went to, when you do fresh cracked pepper, salt, like a grinder. Yeah.
But I wonder if it's because,
do you think it's because of that?
I don't know, but I went through a lot this week that the reason why we got on the word delicacy.
Yeah.
Is because I was thinking, how crazy is it that someone was like, I don't like my sandwiches chunky, I want them thinner. So they put deli meat, or a whole turkey through a slicer. And they were like, deli meat. It was a lot. And then I also, I'm sorry, this is a little tangent. I woke up Friday morning from the birds at my mom's house. She has some birds chirping, whatever the fuck they're doing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, whoa. Birds have sex with each other and then they pop out an egg, a hard egg. That's so crazy. And they're not reptiles. Birds are basically dinosaurs. They're related to dinosaurs.
Oh.
Actually, that's so funny. I was talking about this with my coworkers, is that they have done studies that say reptiles are not the most closely aligned thing that we have to dinosaurs. It's birds, which makes sense because birds are crazy and evil and I hate them.
They're cute to look at. Get out of here with your silly stuff, Corbin.
But no, she's not wrong.
I feel like I should keep my mouth shut before I get roasted again.
Okay, wait. Here's another thing that my cousin told me today. The asteroid that hit Earth was so powerful that it really and so pieces of the earth went flying into outer space. That included the dinosaurs. So were dinosaurs technically the first astronauts?
I would say by that, well, I guess not, because I would assume once they hit the atmosphere, they were dead because there's no oxygen. Whereas our astronauts have lived to tell the tale.
If there are dinosaurs in space, at Andy Weir, this is my petition for Project Hail Mary 2. Please write about Rocky finding dinosaurs. Thank you.
That's a good one. I like that.
That is. A bubbler is a water fountain, going back to the topic of what Rhode Islanders say.
Oh, I like that. That makes sense.
Yeah. And then sprinkles are called jimmies.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But usually when I think of jimmies, I think of chocolate sprinkles.
Really? I just
Mm-hmm.
consider sprinkles. Well, I guess when I think of sprinkles, I think of rainbow. But if I were to someone say jemmies, I would still assume sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles. I don't go for chocolate very often. If honestly, never, unless they don't have regular sprinkles, then I'll suck it up and get chocolate ones. But I could see that that's a good differentiator between rainbow and chocolate.
Yeah. Anyway, those were my random thoughts from the week. I'm sure there will be more that come up. My final thing was I follow a creator named Rob on Instagram who is also a runner, and he's like a DC like influencer.
Mhm.
But he went to Pittsburgh this weekend for the Pittsburgh Marathon,
Oh,
and he said it was one of the most beautiful races that he's done because of the bridges, and he loves the Pittsburgh airport. And I was like, wow, I can't wait to tell Amber this.
fantastic. Well, I haven't gone through the new airport yet because it just opened, I think, late last year. So I haven't flown to Pittsburgh yet to experience it for myself. But I have heard good things about the Pittsburgh marathon, half marathon.
I think it was a marathon and a half marathon.
Okay. Well, then maybe you should apply
It
and go
might
to
be during
Pittsburgh
an
when you.
important date, so I got to make sure I'm cleared for that date.
That's true.
So,
That is true.
anyway,
Anyways, I think Corbin saw a particular play that I very much enjoyed in London. I would love to hear your 2 cents on it.
Yes, my my week was pretty standard: band practice, self defense, and Devil Wears Prada. But my weekend started off with my dad and I went to see Book of Mormon. Now I have seen it before. I loved it. I saw it on Broadway back in 2018 when I was up there for my college band to do the Macy's parade. But my dad had never seen it. It was a birthday gift. We had like this whole weekend was like birthday weekend. Our birthdays are in March, but it's fine. Um, so I got us tickets to the Nats game Saturday. He got us tickets to Book of Mormon Friday. I remember it being funny, but I was almost in tears. I was laughing so hard. It is probably the funniest musical I've ever seen. My best friend and I, when I go visit her, we will just listen to the soundtrack like in the car. Specifically Turn It Off. It's a great song. Highly recommend you listen to it. But yeah, and he was like dying of laughter. Like it was very fun to watch him laugh at all these jokes. But we were shocked. People brought their kids. And like some of the content in the play, I was like, oh, you're gonna have to explain so many things on the way home. Like, oh my gosh, like they're talking about AIDS and like all this stuff. I was like, oh my God. But oh, so funny. So freaking funny. Have you guys seen it? I mean, you said you have, Amber. Clara.
I have not seen it. I have heard great things about it, so it is on the list to see. So I'm glad to hear in our like raving review. I don't get to the theater very often, so when I do, I will add that to the top of the list.
Girl, spend more time with me. I'm at the theater all the time.
I saw it in London and it was iconic seeing it there. So I want Ben to see it because I actually think for someone who doesn't enjoy musicals, that is a good musical for people to go to because of how funny it is.
It's like the starter musical because it's written by the guy who did South Park. So like you know that there are some jokes in there and they make fun of everybody. They do not hold back, which I really enjoyed because I was like, you know what? Let's just take everybody down a peg. We all need to be knocked down a peg. But yeah, highly recommend. It was fantastic. They have Beetlejuice is coming soon, and I'm trying to get my dad to go see that musical when it comes. But
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
oh my God, now the ghost is going to be upset, Clara.
Your headphones are on. They can't hear me.
That is
Hopefully.
true. But Clara, I think it's time to hop on our plane again.
Oh, Governor, are we going to Los Angeles? Are we going to the Valley?
We are going to the valley. What did you think about it this week? Just overall thoughts before we dive into it. It was another boring one. That's what I kind of thought. We're like, this is the
boring.
But I agree with Lala. I think it was the calm before the storm.
It is. I was listening to comments by celebs this past week, and of course,
Mhm.
like a lot of their stuff is focused on Summer House and
Yeah.
like the reaction of like the parallel universes that we're seeing right now, watching our episodes on the TV on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then seeing like what's also coming out in the press.
Yeah.
So they haven't spent much time on any of the other shows, but they were kind of just like, we're watching The Valley because we have to watch The Valley, but like it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
Of course, that being said, I do have some thoughts, so we can get into it. But what were your thoughts?
Same. I thought this was a very boring episode. And again, I agreed with Lala at the end when she said this is the calm before the storm because I really think that next week's episode is going to be very interesting when they go to San Diego, do their little cast trip.
Before you go further into the valley, I just have a bone to pick with the two of you. Speaking of Summer House, how dare you make me watch this show? You let me go on last week about Carl. And I'm watching this week, and I think I texted you guys in all caps, and I was like, how could you? His brother dies. I was devastated. I was sobbing. I'm sitting on my couch. I'm like, I'm watching Summer House. Why am I crying? Like, why is Kyle Cook crying? I was so upset. I was like, how dare you guys make me get 5 seasons in? You're just listening to me go on and on. So, Carl, I'm very sorry. I take it all back. Also, he is now my favorite because he's just vibing. But yeah, I was sobbing. How dare you guys set me on a show that made me have this emotional roller coaster of a couple days? But also thank you because I love it.
I will say that I'm very interested to see you get into this current season because I don't know about you, Amber, but like, did you watch this past week's episode?
Of course I did. I'm more locked in
Okay,
on
good.
Summer House right now than I am on the Valley, to be honest.
Oh my god, it's so
So I
bad.
don't blame your podcast for focusing more on the Summer House right now.
Yeah. I think we might actually have to do like a reunion breakdown because the shit's juicy.
Oh, 100% yes.
Okay, anyway. I will say that this past week's episode I was sobbing at the end of it. Or no, maybe it was the previous week. Whenever they're like patching things up, those two.
Those two? Who are you talking about?
Sierra, thanks, Corbin took off her headphones so we can talk about it real quick. Whenever Sierra and West are like patching things up, and especially like also he hugs her and kisses the top of her forehead.
Yeah, that was kind of the
my
end of
heart.
last week, beginning of this week.
Yeah, and then it was in this week's episode, and it like just hurt my heart because it's like we all know how this is gonna end.
Yeah, I know. I just, it is so sad watching this as it's happening, just knowing what's coming. And you could tell on Amanda's face too that she was very jealous of West and Sierra going on a double date with Andrea, which I was so happy to see him back on my screen. And his wife. So
yeah, his wife's really hot.
Yeah, she is beautiful, anyway, stunning. Okay, Corbin.
You can tell Corbin she can join back. Welcome back. I am excited for us to go to New York. I would love to go to Soft Bar. I think we all need to take up running so that we can do the Soft Bar Run Club.
I'll pass. I'm barely doing a mile in 15 minutes. Okay, Clara.
Oh my god,
my knees are hurting.
Why are your knees hurting?
As you ran for 2 hours
in 36 seconds. Okay, yes. Okay, so let's get into it. My first fucking thought. Sorry, F-bomb alert. I've been saying that a lot lately. Welcome to the screen, Big Bird. Corbin nearly just choked on her soda. You have freaking Lacy and some weird Big Bird hat.
Oh yeah,
yellow hat, and then Jesse's triad.
I know. I was like, what the heck?
Sesame Street for adults.
It makes me wonder what event she went to where she needed to look like Big Bird.
It was the freaking Sesame Street character convention.
The extravagant furry. Well, dude, you just skipped over the whole gymnastics bit. Or was that before that?
Oh, no, that was the first episode. That was the first opening scene. The second opening scene was that Janet was back. And then we get into Homegirl is still flexible. Look at her go.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, that's true. I did have a comment saying that Janet and Jason's son is really cute.
Super cute.
Super cute.
She's gorgeous, but she's just a psychopath.
But I liked the gymnastics scene. I thought it was
Hmm.
a cool one-on-one moment with Nia, and I felt like we're getting to know Michelle a lot more this season. And I don't know if that's because of her and Jesse not being together, but I had no idea that she was a gymnastics queen. I had no idea about her dad. And I think coming into season 4 now. I mean, I'm, it's just cool seeing her opening up more and more with the audience.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. I said, what I love Nia's mom look and how like kind of cozy she looked, but it was still very fashionable and cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Michelle's green confessional dress look. I thought that was a really good look
Yeah,
on her.
it is. That green looks
Um,
stunning on her.
Stunning, absolutely stunning, governor.
Stunning.
Um, and I do like Michelle and Nia's relationship. I think that they're cute friends, but they're also genuine friends.
Yeah.
I can really feel like they can bounce ideas off of each other, and also when they are together, they are probably the most level-headed friends.
Yeah. I could see that.
I put a note, San Diego trip, what could go wrong?
Everything can go wrong, and I'm so excited to see that next week.
We then head to a scene with Brittany, Zach, and Kristen. And Brittany also looks fabulous in her blue confessional look.
Mm-hmm.
Um, have you ever gone to wax?
No. And after seeing Brittany getting her Brazilian, I am going to keep avoiding getting a Brazilian wax. That sounds like if I almost passed out from getting my lips done, it makes me wonder what's going to happen if I were to get hair ripped out from down there.
Okay, I mean this in the most respectful way too. Do you think you would pass out getting a pedicure?
Probably not. There's no pain involved with that unless are they well, maybe if
No,
you're
I mean,
Corbin.
well,
I'm not
Corbin.
Corbin. I don't need them cutting up my feet. I just don't do pain well. I think that's also part of the reason why I don't think it would go well for me.
Yeah.
But have you ever gotten anything waxed? Like I get my eyebrows waxed. Not that there's much to wax because I draw them on. But when I do, like I get them waxed and that's kind of painful, but like have you done that?
Oh yeah, Isabel tells me I'm her worst client because she'll get halfway done or halfway through my eyebrows and I'm like, "Okay, Isabel, are we done?" Like I'm done. If this hurts. She's like, "No, Amber." So,
You
yeah.
would hate to get your eyebrows threaded then.
Yeah, that's why I feel very blessed to have such a patient sister and why I go to family to get that stuff done.
Well, I've gone to wax. Corbin, have you ever gone to wax? No?
No,
Okay.
just my eyebrows.
Okay. I've gotten it done, and the more times that you get it done, one, the less time the hair grows back, or the more time that hair takes to grow back, and two, the less painful it gets. It's not the worst thing in the world, and it's better than getting ingrown hairs from shaving.
Fair. Okay. I mean, those are fair points, but for right now, I'm gonna still avoid the
That's,
waxer.
that's fine. I know now to never get you like a gift card to Sugar and Bronze, and also for manicures only.
Well, wait, but that could be the moment where you can be the Zach to the Danny at the coochie place when I get the coochie wax.
You want me to hold your cooter while you get it? Hold it down while you get it.
What a moment.
Yeah.
Be a true peak of friendship right there.
It's like going back to me going to the gynecologist with you.
Yes.
All
Exactly.
leads back to the cooter. Anyway,
It always goes back to that.
I also have never gotten a spray tan. So there, you have me beat there. You have
I
the
do.
Zach
I love a
experience.
good spray tan. Man, it makes me feel so good. I love being a bronze
And
beauty.
also, I noticed while Brittany was getting her wax done, Brittany holds her titties too. Just like us.
You got to.
Celebrities. Just like us.
Just like us.
I will say the season feels really heavy with the Kristen and Luke drama, and I'm kind of over it. I'm really getting to my wits' end about this.
Yes.
And it does feel like it is more of a conversation for those two. I wrote this for a bit later. I said Luke and Kristen not talking and making their problems everyone else's problem is like very tiring. And it is kind of almost like they do need to go to therapy. They need to have a mediator that's a neutral party as well.
Mhm.
And so I'm just hoping that they have done that, or they're seeing the light and they're doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I said that last episode that I'm tired of their storyline. Let's move on from it or pick something else, I guess, because I'm
Mhm.
tired of it. I'm really glad that Zach even recommended going to couples therapy because I do think they need it. I hope at some point, maybe this season, they go, or at the reunion they talk about how they have went, because I do hope
Mhm.
that they work it out. I mean, they've sacrificed a lot for each other. I mean, they brought a child into this world, and so I hope that they really prioritize their relationship, whether we see that in the show or in the during their quote unquote off season.
Mhm. Yeah. I think that's totally fair.
Also, have you ever been to a Pilates class?
Oh my god, that was my next question to you. It was it was Janet, Lala, Michelle really look amazing. Should we try Pilates?
Yes, I've never been.
Okay, so I used to do Pilates. I loved it so much. My mom and my sister actually do it now, but I used to do it back during like the end of COVID when my job was fully remote. I would go and do Pilates. It's a great workout and B very fun.
Pod
Maybe
goes Pilates.
that's what I was about to just say. I think we should try a class together.
I think we
Rate
should.
and
Okay,
review.
maybe we'll do that. Like, we gotta look at our calendars. We're really booked, but I think we should do that, and then we'll
We
pod,
should do it on like a Sunday
and
morning.
that will be one of get a Sunday morning one.
Yeah, because then we could talk about it that night.
That's true, and then we could also pick a dessert that starts with a P for Pilates.
We could do like a healthy dessert, like one of those that you see the fitness influencers do, where it's like, you make this with cottage cheese.
I don't think I like cottage cheese every time I
Oh,
like see it in your
red flag.
every
Okay.
time I see it in your fridge. Okay, you want to talk about textures, Amber? You want to talk about you eating a raspberry?
Hey,
Okay, it's hey, no, 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 no. You were just attacking me for cottage cheese. But we're gonna talk about textures. Have you ever seen White Chicks? Oh, you want to talk about the mothers? Oh, you want to talk about the textures?
I just showed my sister that movie this past week. I freaking love that movie.
So yeah, textures. It freaks me out, the little chunkiness from it. Okay.
so you know what's funny actually is I announced at work this week how I love cottage cheese, and I apparently am the only one in my floor who has that opinion.
So you're gonna eat fucking chunky cottage cheese, but cereal that has been in milk for a second freaks you out.
Beggars can't be choosers, Clara. Okay, I cannot help that this is how I was made.
What if we put the cereal in the cottage cheese? Where do you stand on that?
Corbin, you're getting a little out of hand. All right, chill out, chill out. Don't be gross.
I'm not there to supervise her. No, she's acting out of pocket.
Clara goes away for the week, and Amber goes feral.
Okay, listen to this. How about this? I'll cut you a fucking deal.
Give it to me.
Next week, I will try a bowl of cottage cheese, and you will have cereal with milk, but you will eat it at an appropriate time so that we can show you it can still be crunchy. Okay, we got a deal.
No deal.
Okay, cool.
I'm closing the case. Sorry, Howie. We're moving on.
Screw you and your cottage cheese.
Me and my cottage cheese will happily be by ourselves.
Okay, great. Anyway, yeah, we'll go.
Okay.
but I
Well,
thought they all
moving on
looked
from
great in
Pilates,
that
since
scene.
now that is on our calendar. I want your thoughts on the Jesse Lacy scene.
Okay, many thoughts.
Okay, good.
Okay, the place that they've been to, that they were at, I've been there. They actually have really good bowls, like
Ooh.
acai bowls.
Yum.
I think it was weird that she was telling him how to parent. I also understand that she has her own kid and she is a parent,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's a fine line of different parenting skills.
Yeah, I agree. I thought anything else?
It just brought me back to like one of my dad's ex-girlfriends telling him how to parent us, or
You?
telling her, like, well, no, she told him how to parent us, like me and my sibling.
Yeah.
And I remember he had said it to like maybe both of us, and we laughed in his face. And I think I went home and told my mom, and I was like, "Yo, this shit's hilarious." And she was like, "Yeah, that's weird." um, so yeah, I didn't enjoy it. What were your thoughts?
I appreciate that she's a strong woman, you know, very in her opinions, but I felt
Mm-hmm.
like it's the way she delivers them because it just seems like there's no sympathy or empathy. It's yes or no, straight face.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, Jesse's Isabella, I think that's her name, can see
Mm-hmm.
this reaction still. And I'm just like, I guess when I think of mothers, right, I feel like one of our mother's strengths is having that empathy, and it's just not there. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I just feel like instead of degrading your partner, why wouldn't you word it differently so that it sounds, I don't know. I guess I was looking for more empathy from Lacy. I just was too rude for me.
Yeah. I do think that I think it could have been a conversation pulled aside without cameras and without Isabella there.
Yeah.
Hey, I actually have recently learned that you're really not supposed to show your kids secrets because it then teaches them to be sneaky and secretive as well.
Yeah.
Or, Isabella doesn't have to show off for me. I know that she's a good, smart kid. Like, let her just be kind of a
Yeah.
deal. So I
But
thought that was really hard to watch.
fair. But I got to know, do you have a doomsday kit?
Um, do you remember who I was dating?
Yes, because it was at my house.
Yeah, well, part of it was at your house.
That's
The
true.
beans, the
The
extra
beans and
beans
the
and the rice
rice.
Fritos. I do not have a doomsday kit anymore. I do have a lot of dried beans though, in case anyone ever needs any. But I was dating someone who had a plan that for some reason, if I was at your house on Monday night for Monday night dinner, that he and like something happened that he couldn't drive the car, or no, maybe I don't know. He would grab Crow and Lily when Crow was still alive, and he would somehow be able to grab the bucket of the doomsday stuff and bike down to your place, and we would have enough food for a while. If I was at your house and the car was there, he was like, "I'm gonna come find you." How you can bike 21 miles on
Yeah.
a beach
Highway.
cruiser that has one speed?
I don't think that person accounted for people trying to go on the highway either. You'd have to go the highway. There's no back streets from your house to my house.
Unless he got on Route 1 somehow.
Yeah, but I still feel like that would take too long.
Anyway, so no, I
Anyway.
don't have a doomsday kit. Do you?
No.
We talked about it, didn't we?
I think we talked about it when we
He
had the stuff here.
inspired you? Yeah.
But did I actually do anything about it? No.
No.
No. Do I have dried beans and rice and chickpeas upstairs? Yeah. But are they part of my doomsday kit? No. My plan, if for some reason the world were to end, I'm hopping in a vehicle and I'm driving to grandma's house, going to the middle of nowhere and just bunkering down.
So I learned recently that, like, one, we would be dead instantly if
Oh
it
yeah.
was a nuke. Two, the plume would be so bad that we would wish that we were dead. So I don't know if that would reach grandma's house, but it's a good idea. I would go to our lake house in the Adirondacks.
Yeah, grandma's is about an hour south of Lake Erie. I feel like it's far enough away where I think we'd be okay. But I guess if we're in the plume, I don't think it'd be worth going at that point. If you're saying it's fate worse than death. Fate worse than death.
Yeah, so that's a fun topic. Anyway, um I was laughing at game night at All Season Brewing because All Season Brewing is somewhere that I used to go a lot in
Mm.
LA, and it's actually very good. They had really good margaritas. It was one of my favorite
Cool.
places. And they have really good tacos as well. But I just like it was again, it felt like a filler scene. I can't stand Janet. I also think she's so pretty, but her whining's annoying, and like I'm done. I'm done with Janet too.
My only thing from that, well, I have three things from that scene. I was surprised that Janet and Jason filmed together because we haven't really seen them together at all this
Mm-hmm.
season. I thought it was funny that Lala brought back her early 2000s hat. I guess she
Mm-hmm.
really wanted to have that moment to herself. So good for you, Lala. And I really felt for Brittany in that scene because I feel like she really is that friend who gets put in the middle of everything because of how nice she is to everyone. She really is a friend to everybody. And it's not fair because she obviously has her own things. And so people just keep adding to her plate. But I do want to say, I I guess because I'm kind of jumping ahead to the pool scene now.
Which is fine. It
Why?
was a lot of blah.
It was a lot
So
of blah. But while I was sitting there watching the TV, I was thinking, why don't we see Sosa? I know we made a comment last week about not seeing Ocean, and the theory is because of her dad, but we've only seen Sosa maybe once or twice. And I feel like when I was listening to Lala's podcast more, and like we've seen her on other Bravo shows, that she was really excited for Sosa. So I really thought we would be seeing her more in the Valley since Brittany shows Cruz. I mean, I know that Nia's youngest is still attached to her, so we're seeing her a
mm-hmm.
lot, and we're seeing Kristen's baby a lot. So I'm just kind of surprised that we are hardly seeing Sosa.
I'm sure it's easier for Lala to film without Sosa, and I know that Lala's mom lives with her,
Mm.
so that she's like kind of with the baby all the time. But was Cruz in this week's episode?
I don't think so. I
Because
guess
they
he's not
were,
in as often as I thought, but I don't know. I feel like he's in. I guess maybe he's not in as much as I thought he was. Maybe
yeah,
she just talks about him a lot, and that's why I think I feel like I see him a lot.
yeah,
Whereas wow, Lala doesn't talk about Sosa very often
mm-hmm.
either. When this was
Yeah.
supposed to be like her baby with no man, like this is her kid or her family's kid, I think she's has said in her own podcast. That's why I'm just shocked that I feel like she's not talked about or seen more. That's all.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have a kid 24/7, but I know that it's very much easier to like get things done when you're not around your kid all the time.
Yeah.
Um I wanted to talk about how Brandon's a pot stirrer.
Oh,
And I just feel
100%.
that like he does show a lot of signs that Jack shows, and it does get really annoying of like, why are you involving yourself in drama? One, you just got here. Why are
Mm-hmm.
you trying to make yourself a main character? Get out
Yeah.
of it. Like, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm very curious to see how this progresses, and it makes me curious to see what he does next episode, assuming he goes to San Diego. Because it makes me wonder then if he's going to stir up a lot of the drama that we're going to see next week.
Yeah. And it just, what's crazy to me is that I'm sure Brittany talks about these people all the time. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
he thinks he knows everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But what's crazy to me is he is making a lot of assumptions about people that's going to backfire and be on Brittany.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we see at the end of this season that they are no longer together because of how much of a shit stirrer he was and how messy he is.
Or if it's not during the end of the season, it makes me wonder if it's going to be then right before the reunion, before
Yeah.
they go into filming this summer, assuming that have they been renewed for season 5?
Probably. I mean, we'll see if the drama gets any better because right now it's a freaking snore fest.
Yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get more of an update during the reunion after this is aired because Brittany might not be seeing a lot of the pot stirring that he's doing, and now
Mm-hmm.
it's coming to light.
Yeah. What did you think about Zach and Janet's discussion, or more or less him yelling at her?
I thought she was taking a lot of accountability there. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like he was the aggressor in that conversation, but I was glad to see that it seemed like they came to some sort of resolve, which I know they both wanted since they were such great friends at one point.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I I thought he was drunk. He seemed really drunk, and that he's really going in on Janet. When Lala
Mm-hmm.
says that Zach always has points, he like knows exactly what shirt she was wearing and what she
Mm-hmm.
said. I do feel like that's true. He has a lot of receipts. He has, I mean, that's what happens when you sometimes have resentment against someone. You rack up every single thing that they've done, and you're like, here's this, here's this, here's this.
Mm-hmm.
Make it better. And also, you suck. But it doesn't seem like he wants to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Whereas Kristen is kind of extending an olive branch, which I thought was very interesting.
But it really wasn't an olive branch. She even said that in her confessional.
I mean, she said it, but oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm yawning. I mean, she said it, but did she really mean it? Who
No,
knows?
I don't think so.
Um,
I think we're going to see a lot more Kristen Janet beef in San Diego. I think that was, again, it's the calm before the storm.
mm-hmm.
But for two things, I loved Jasmine's outfit at the pool party. I thought she looked fantastic. I loved the glasses.
So good.
She looked great. But to go off of the conversation that Zach and Janet were having, I think Jesse is having way more fun this season. I think he is really being himself, because the fact that he came up to them and was like, this is a pool party. Like, why aren't we in the pool? You've been talking for 45 minutes. Let's go. I was like, where has this Jesse been the whole time the Valley has been airing? And I don't know if it's also like what I was telling with the whole Michelle thing. Now that they're not together and they've kind of can be maybe themselves, it was just really fun to see that Jesse isn't a dick. He's actually a nice guy and wants to have fun with his castmates.
He does seem a lot more fun and like a less of a douchebag this year. I also feel that Michelle feels a lot lighter now too. They just need to finalize their divorce. Also, my last note was seeing Lala and Schwartz kiss was like a weird out of body experience.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
I didn't
Never do
like it
that
either.
again.
No.
So,
Okay.
any final thoughts on the Valley?
Just that I'm excited for next week. I think it won't be a snooze fest.
I need it to become interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, cool. Well, with that, we will take our talents to where I am. So, Amber, come to me.
I'm coming
going
to
Rhode Island.
to Rhode Island, the land of so-called pizza.
Oh wait,
Right.
I did look up and why it's called a cabinet. It's because all the ingredients would sometimes be in a cabinet. Like think about like
Oh,
chocolate syrup
that
or
that
something
makes
like that.
sense.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they would all throw like what's in the cabinet into the blender and it would become a milkshake. Welcome to the great state of Rhode Island, Amber.
It was a very interesting episode, to say the least.
Yeah, let's kick things off with Kelsey freaking broke up with her boyfriend.
I know. I was like, wow, we're heavy hitting here. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised because I think that something can only go on for so long before it kind
Yeah.
of gets like a little bit old if you're not going to commit to something. I was
Mhm.
surprised by the fact that there was multiple people he was seeing when he like made it out to be like there's only one other woman. On the other side, she was probably seeing other people. I wonder how many other multiple people she was seeing.
Aside from Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably the same.
Because, like, I feel like she's such a gorgeous woman that if I were her and I knew my partner was also having multiple partners, I would also do the same thing. You would get bored in that house all by yourself the whole entire time.
Yeah, especially if he made it clear from the beginning he didn't want to get married or have kids. Might as well date around and figure out who does and who doesn't. But that was interesting. And then we go to Rosie and her man's. And I'm not surprised that she has a pink swimsuit.
No, I'm not either, but like I just don't like Rosie. Like I just am very over
Really?
Rosie. She is probably my least favorite one on this. Like Joe Ellen is pretty far up there of like who I like now because of how sassy she gets.
Yeah.
And she seems like a fighter. I'm very like I'm can't wait to make a deep dive into her relationship with her mother, because I think we're going to see a very different side of her.
Oh, I agree. I think it's gonna make her more vulnerable. And I'm curious to see if she has any of those serious talks with her mom on camera for the show.
Well, I think we see in like a preview that we will see some of it. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I think it's a fine line to walk when you are dealing with family issues on a TV show like this.
Yeah.
And especially because so many people are interested in it, to see how deep they will go
Yeah.
will be in a watch to look at.
But I
I'm
am.
trying anything to say but an interesting watch. But it will be a good deep
It's
dive.
an intriguing watch.
Yes, there you go. Way to come up with the words.
You're welcome.
Anything from those first few scenes?
Just that I'm not surprised that Rosie went pink. I don't think I have a least favorite character. Actually, I think it's Ashley because of the whole dinner. Because it is true. I don't think Ashley opens up as much as the other two. Because at least with Rosie, she owns her stuff. I mean, her whole confessional during that scene was hilarious.
Yeah. I think the problem with Ashley I is that she's a bit too normal. She does not fit into your classic housewife characteristics. Her social media is very different than the social media that we use, or like that they use.
Mm-hmm.
She's younger. She's on a different type of reality TV than like the Doloreses of the world. So her exposure to this type of attention is it's a complete polar opposite. I feel like housewives do not get treated the same as Secret Lives of Mormon Wives women,
Yeah.
and do not get treated the same as Bachelor people. It's a different level of fame.
Yeah. Well, I think it's it's apparent to me that it's different. And so that's why I kind of agree with Liz and her take on Ashley because
Mm-hmm.
it does feel like she's holding back more.
She's holding back. She might know how much shit gets exposed on reality TV too, so that's why she's not opening up. But yeah, I would agree with you. I don't know if I love Ashley.
At least as a housewife.
Yeah, as a
I
person,
feel like there is
great.
just a certain expectation. You know, if you're going to be a housewife, it comes with the territory of being a housewife.
I bet. Sorry, I'm stopping yawning. Okay, I want to touch on Newport Mansions real quick.
Please do. I wanted to ask you, have you ever been?
I have been. I love the Newport Mansions. So the Newport Mansions are iconic. When you go to Newport, there is a whole entire section of the island, I guess, or of Newport that are just dedicated to the mansions. It's right next to Salve Regina, which is a university. It's a privately owned university. One of the mansions, called the Rosecliff Mansion, was filmed in the original Great Gatsby, known for like how big and glamorous it was. And a lot of these mansions are Gilded Age mansions, so they're open to the public now thanks to the Preservation Society of Newport County. And they're gorgeous. You can go into these a lot of the time during the summer as well. But one of the most famous ones is the Breakers, and that's the grandest of the Newport summer quote cottages. So a lot of the rich people during the Gilded Age would come to Newport during the summer, and they would have their summers here. The Breakers is a symbol of the Vanderbilt's family, social and financial, presence in the Gilded Age. It's the flagship of the Newport Mansions, and it is a icon of the city by the sea. Now, the Breakers, a lot of these mansions you can actually rent for your weddings, but the Breakers you cannot. I think, oh man, I wish I could remember.
Isn't Taylor Swift getting married in one of those?
Okay, allegedly she was supposed to get married in the state house, which is I don't think I'm even saying that right, but it is one of the ones next to her mansion. And apparently she is not, but they're not sure if she is like throwing the scent off of the press type of deal.
Oh. Well, I wouldn't be surprised
Um,
if she had it there because those houses were humongous. They were
dude,
crazy big and beautiful.
yeah, built by Cornelius Vanderbilt II, one of the richest men in America. The breaker was everything a millionaire of the Gilded Age could want in a summer getaway. Um, the Breakers was built from 1893 to 1895. I can't remember how many rooms there are. Oh, the mansion covers an acre of 13 or nearly the mansion covers nearly an acre of the 13-acre property, has 70 rooms, including 48 rooms for family and staff. There are 27 fireplaces. It was equipped with electricity, still a novelty in the houses during the Gilded Age, as well as gas and lighting. It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it has that many rooms is redonkulous.
Redonkulous. I will say I have never really heard of Seaview Terrace, but it was
Okay.
also known as the Carey Mansion, and it's the largest privately owned mansion in New England and is one of the 5 great Newport mansions alongside the Breakers, Ochre Court, Belcourt Castle, and Rough Point. It was built in the 1920s for an industrialist named Edson Bradley. It's 43,000 square feet and a French Gothic revival design.
Ooh.
So it includes 15th century stained glass that we saw from Germany,
Yeah.
Venetian Renaissance feelings, ceiling frescoes, and a carved stone fireplaces from France.
Stunning.
That's really cool. It is really cool. It's gorgeous. I would love to go inside of it. The nearly 44,000 square foot home is asking for $28.5 million to own.
Are you serious?
So we could
Wow.
pull together our finances if we really, really wanted to. It has 29 with 64 rooms, 29 bedrooms, 7.64 acres of land. That's insane.
Clara, I think if we pooled our money, we could afford a bedroom in that house.
I think maybe a blade of grass, honestly. What did you think about? Well, one, I wanted to mention again, we have some mother issues to unpack when it comes to Joellen in that conversation with her sister. Really was kind of heartbreaking, to see 2 siblings being treated in different ways. And I'm sure that it was something maybe the sister did not feel comfortable kind of talking about on TV, but you can see that Joellen's going to start breaking soon.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's an interesting topic because I feel like a lot of what I see online is that people love their moms, and I'm happy for them. But I feel like being able to see a different side and someone who's not afraid to be so open about it, I think will make the women who don't have relationships with their moms feel like they're seen. So I'm very intrigued to go into that kind of line.
Yeah. I think it's layered, There's going to
Yeah.
be a lot of different layers that come out, and it might be something that's very beneficial for them to have gone through, but
Mhm.
it might not be. So I think we will see how that will happen, around the reunion.
Yeah. We shall see. We shall see. But I thought it was neat how they all took vintage Rolls Royces to their house. And I guess I didn't. Do people who live in Rhode Island mostly vacation in Rhode Island? Are they really that in love with the state that they stay in state?
I think because it's a beach state, they just stay there. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people go to Block Island. A lot of people go to Martha's Vineyards. They go to the Cape Cod.
Oh, fair.
Um, so they travel around. A lot of people go Vermont, Maine.
Hmm.
Um, because I think to get to Maine is only like 3 hours. So it's a
Oh.
day trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A lot closer than I thought it was. But I'm
Yeah.
not very good with maps. To
Go
be
back to
fair.
that fun time. Yeah. Um,
What did you think of the doll tea party?
I fucking hated it. I absolutely, I literally have insane that Alicia is so obsessed with dolls. And it made me feel weird. I did not like that comment that Rosie looks like a stripper from Joellen. I think that could have
It didn't make
been.
any sense. I didn't think she looked like a stripper at all. It was because she had bangs?
No, it's because her dress was so short.
So what?
I don't know.
It was a weird comment.
I didn't like that in my, like, I don't like Rosie, but in Rosie's defense, I think she looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about Rula not showing up?
Listen, Rulala can do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh my gosh. This is the second time I feel like she's really gotten under my skin. Because if you're going to be a housewife, everyone else is pulling in. Maybe this is why they waited until episode 2 to introduce her.
Well, there's that, and then also we know that she's gonna deliver us some really good juicy shit at the second half of this season. So I feel like we have to give her grace now because she's just building up.
Yeah, but again, if you're going to be a housewife, you shouldn't be so spotty. She's kind of spotty.
She is spotty. I mean, but she's maybe this is where
But
her
she does
husband was
deliver.
getting arrested. That's what I'm saying. Is maybe her husband gets arrested during this time, and we're about to
maybe.
discover that. That's why she's gonna make it to the mansions.
I hope
She
that's...
might not also like these women. I don't like
No,
people, and I
no,
don't
we
hang out with
already
them.
know that. Remember when she had all those people over for lunch? None of the housewives were there. It was her friends.
Yeah.
So we already know that. So if you're not going to be friends with them, why be on the show? I know every time she is on the screen, she always delivers. But again, I'd rather have someone consistent, not spotty.
I agree with you. I really do, but I know that she's gonna deliver. So I'm excited. Okay, so I have a note here that it was with Kelsey. I thought that before we got to the mansion, it was weird that she was feeling okay to leave her ex and go with her new boyfriend and see her new boyfriend. And I think that, like, she needs to take a break from dating. She just is scared to be alone.
But she was already dating him while she
I
was
know.
with her boyfriend, so I'm not surprised that she's going with him. She kind of set herself up. Well, she probably wasn't really in that relationship, the one where she was getting all the money, for a while. I just assumed she was setting herself up so when that she finally said, "I'm done," she was ready to go to the next person.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, think about it too. I mean, she just was a stay-at-home girlfriend for 10 years. I don't know if she's ready to be alone. I bet you she goes with Bill, assuming that's who she's moving in with. And then she's alone to finally experience how to be self-sustaining. But until then, I see her and Bill.
Bill. Anyway, I thought Alicia with the metal detector was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Once a housewife, still looking for stuff on metal detectors. I would do the same.
I mean, I would too. I haven't used one in a very long time though, but that would be fun.
The masking dinner.
Loved it. I loved that Liz was trying to stir the pot.
I love that she knows how to do it in a classy way.
That's what I was going to say. She does it so elegantly.
I feel that there are a lot of issues that are getting brought up that are not going to get resolved, and that a lot of the times these housewomen or housewives just kind of take what they hear. They don't want to open up because they know whatever is said is going to be used in the back pocket for ammo. We had said a little bit about Ashley I and about that dinner scene. One, that poor thing did not have a proper mask. She was not able to breathe. She was not going to be able to eat or anything like that. But I have thought too, if I were to ever go on The Bachelor, what my story would be. And I don't know what it would be, but I mean, I would have something better than freaking Ashley's.
Yeah, because you're more interesting.
Well, thank you. I
than
appreciate
Ashley.
that.
You're welcome.
Who was your favorite unmasking scene?
Ooh, that's a good one. Joel and I really enjoyed listening to.
Mhm.
I feel like that's really the only one that is a standout for me because I didn't appreciate that Ashley I was crying. Girl, what were you crying for?
It just felt very fake and
Yeah.
very not truthful. I feel for Alicia when it comes to her financial stuff. I'm very worried about her.
But I don't see an issue between her and Billy unless there's something going on that they're just not putting on screen, which 100% there could be. Because whatever business you want to keep off screen, that's your business.
Mhm.
But he doesn't give off, I'm going to keep this money from you. I'm going to screw you over. Because they've been together for a long time, even if they've just been engaged during that period.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it screams something that's wrong with commitment and signing some of your assets over or splitting your assets or something of the sort. So, but I
Yeah.
also don't understand why they don't get a prenup.
Yeah. I don't know. That seems like a very easy solution to do.
Suspicious. Um,
Do you
yeah,
think Alicia was homeless? Would you consider
no,
her homeless?
no. To me, homeless is unhoused and on the streets
Yeah.
or in a shelter or in your
Hmm.
car, but still unhoused. She had a place to go.
Yeah.
That was very a layered take, I would say.
It was. Because I don't disagree with Alicia, right? Because in her
Hmm.
point of view, she didn't have a home and she shared her room with her mom. But to your everybody's point, she had a place to go.
Yeah.
I think it just depends
Um,
on your point of view at that point. It's pulling hairs.
it is. It really is. The conversation between Kelsey and Rosie
It was
didn't.
I thought she really did. Kelsey started it. It was a backhanded compliment.
It
A
was.
backhanded compliment. So what did you expect Rosie to do? Not defend herself?
I loved, not loved. Was it was really a interesting watch to see Kelsey then get defensive and then listen in on the conversation with Rosie and Ashley I.
Yep.
So much so that like maybe she did know she was in the wrong, so she wanted to hear what the thoughts were going to be. I don't think that those two will ever get along. And I wonder if it's also because they're in similar age groups versus the older women that the kind of respect for each other is just absolutely out the window.
I could agree with your point of view. Because you look at some of the older women in the group and they have respect for each other, whether they have differences or not. And if you think about it, Kelsey and Rosie have a lot of similarities. They both dated slash married older men.
Mhm.
So you would think they would actually be a lot closer because they're very similar in that way.
Do you think that Rosie exaggerates? Like the
I think
house
they,
example?
oh yeah. I mean, I would too. I
Yeah,
think they all, just because you want to boost your own ego.
I just don't like Rosie. I just don't know what it is.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out later this season if what your inkling is and what it leads to. But I'm not, I still like Rosie.
Mhm.
She hasn't really done anything where I'm like, ooh.
I
Because she does
do,
get beat up a lot by the women. Well, not physically, right? But I mean, all the flashbacks, she does take a lot of heat
but
from the women. But it could be it's also self inflicted. I'm not going to just like deny that.
oh my
She does
god.
ask for it. What?
Did you guys see that Whitney's done with Secret Lives of Mormon Wives?
Oh, I didn't.
The reality star turned Broadway announced she is departing from Hulu series during her final performance in Chicago on Sunday.
Yeah, she had announced, I think even back when she started on Chicago, that season 5 would likely be her last. Because I know she's filmed some stuff for season 5. But I also like all that stuff that came out with Jesse this week, like the Mormon wives, they're taking over.
Wow. Sorry, that was a little sidetrack. I I appreciated this whole entire event at the mansion because we're getting to know these women's backstories a lot more. And I feel like this is doing a really great job of kind of smoking it out instead of it all coming out at once.
Yeah.
Um, Rulala's storyline is going to be her husband.
Oh, it
Some of
is.
these women, they have to find something. I don't know if Ashley and Jared's storyline is going to be Aubrey's. I would be very surprised if, like, based on the feedback from the viewers, if they don't get, like, invited back for the next season because
I
of how
wouldn't be
boring they
surprised.
are, unless they start getting exciting anytime soon.
I mean, I guess when they did the preview for the season, this is like they're signaling to the halfway of through the season.
Kind of, yeah.
Then, I mean, just to see what's to come, it could get more exciting from Ashley, I, and Jared because it looks like Ashley gets a little more comfortable with the women and is not afraid to
Mhm.
speak out as much. So maybe we see her get a little more opinionated, maybe ruffle a little more feathers, entice a little more of the drama to come out. So I'm just curious to see what she does and then just curious to see how everything else plays out with the women.
Yeah. Well, when we go to Rhode Island, when we come to Rhode Island, I will take you to Newport and we will go to the mansions and we will go tour them because they're a lot of fun.
Yay!
Yay. Did you have any other thoughts on this episode? This, like, yeah.
No, not really. It was another, honestly, it's kind of wish a wash episode.
I mean, we had so much good stuff last week with
We
the,
did.
like, Rulala and Mr. Rulala, Brian's cheating, Brian not going to the gym.
Yeah. So I felt like this was a good recovery episode.
I enjoyed it. I needed a recovery episode. Um, what did we do for desserts this week, Amber?
Well, since you were in the lovely Rhode Island and it is still summertime in the episodes, well, in the Valley and in Rhode Island, we decided to do ice cream as our
Ice
quote
cream.
unquote bake for the week, just because it's easy. And obviously, there's ice cream in Virginia and in Rhode Island.
Did you know that my first job was at an ice cream store scooping ice cream?
I did. Did you, Corbin?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm learning all kinds of new things.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, I love ice cream. I think it's great. I am lactose intolerant, self-diagnosed, so it is definitely a little bit hard for me to enjoy it so much, but I do.
Yeah, but because we still did ice cream, I did make my own,
Oh,
my with my own recipe because I was talking to Ben and I was like, "Ooh, an ice cream sandwich would be really good." So we bought cookies yesterday while we were at Wegmans. But my recipe for homemade vanilla ice cream is 154 grams of sugar, a pinch of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 464 grams of whipping cream, and 213 grams of milk. And so what I do is I whisk all those ingredients together and then I have a KitchenAid ice cream maker. So I put it in there for 20
mm,
minutes. And this is my recommendation. And I kind of figured out today that if you're a soft ice cream girl or man, you got to have the ice cream right as it's done.
mm-hmm,
But if you like hard ice cream, that's when I would recommend putting it in the freezer for about 2 hours so that it turns into hard ice cream.
mm-hmm.
What I also learned today while making ice cream is that a pint is about 464 grams of whipping cream. I don't know why I didn't realize that. Maybe it's because I end up making ice cream when I have leftover heavy cream and I don't know what to do with it. So
Mm.
I thought that was a pretty cool self discovery.
I love ice cream. I do wish when it was colder outside, I would have done that running challenge where you make ice cream in your pack. I think
Oh,
one of
yeah,
our
that would have been
friends
cool.
sent it to us and, like, was like, you should do this. But I'm looking at the weather in Arlington, Virginia, and it looks like it's going to be warm. So I won't be doing that anytime soon.
Well, we can try and rerun it again this winter
There we go.
or late fall.
So where did
But
you and Corbin get ice cream from today?
we went to Peterson's in Old Town Clifton and it was delicious. I got, okay, so my favorite ice cream flavor is cookie dough, but they had this seasonal flavor that was I think a chocolate ice cream with cookie dough in it. The description sounded really good, and normally I'm not a big chocolate girl, but it's really good. My only gripe though with it was there wasn't that many cookie dough chunks. I would have loved to have
Mm.
had more. I'm a big cookie dough fiend, so I was a little disappointed in that, but still would go back. It was 100% delicious. It was thick and creamy and chef's kiss.
Corbin, had
Amber.
you? Oh, sorry.
No, I
Corbin,
was
had
just
you
gonna.
had Peterson's?
No, this was my first time
Okay.
there. But I think before I talk about my ice cream experience, Amber should tell you what her ice cream was called.
If we're being honest, I don't remember.
On the menu, we look at the menu and Amber goes, "Ooh, a happy ending looks good. I'm gonna have a happy ending." That is what this dish was called. It was called a happy ending.
And her calling it thick and creamy. Classic Amber.
Yum.
Ew, Amber. um,
But yes, I this was my first time there. It was delicious. Um, I had a just a standard chocolate milkshake. I love a chocolate milkshake.
I do too.
It was thick and creamy. Like they they gave you a straw and a spoon. Yeah, much like Amber's. It was thick and creamy. They gave you a straw and a spoon, and I think I was like simultaneously doing both because I just couldn't get enough of it.
Some double hand action in there, huh?
Absolutely. Always. But yeah, we sat there for like a good hour because even the vibes were cute. We were talking Bruno Mars because my
That,
sister last night saw Bruno Mars and then on the way home from the concert last night bought tickets to see him again today.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I will say Peterson's is really cute. Old Town Clifton's really cute. That
Mhm.
did you show her the Italian restaurant?
Yeah, she's never been, so we gotta take her.
We gotta go. It's so good. But yeah, I like Peterson's. I also like that it's hard ice cream too. I'm partial to hard ice cream versus soft serve, but I will say I do get in the mood for a nice soft serve twist cone with rainbow sprinkles every now and then.
Yum.
Did you say Rainbow Jimmies?
Rainbow Jimmies. Um That's awesome. I think I told you guys this earlier. I went to Newport Creamery, which has been a Rhode Island business for since 1928 actually. Um and it was a wholesale milk distributor who then decided to expand it into what was called the first milk bar, serving ice cream in Middletown, Rhode Island, and the same exact location is there today. And that was in the 1940s.
Mm.
So we do love our Newport Creamery. I had a Nutella awful. And
Ooh.
since 1948, Newport Creamery has been creating their homemade waffles, an ultra thick milkshake made with ice milk. And we've been serving them up big and awful good since in a variety of flavors. So ice milk is just basically ice and then milk, and it's blended together with like the flavoring. So it's kind of like more like a frappe, but like
Yeah.
not a frappe. But it's
Well, it's
good.
yeah, I was gonna say it still sounds delicious. And somewhere we need to try when we do our little road trip to
Oh,
Rhode Island.
absolutely. I have so many places.
So then, do you guys have A, favorite ice cream flavor, B, favorite ice cream spot, and because I just brought it up, C, favorite Bruno Mars song? My sister said that her favorite, both live and recorded, is Marry You.
Oh, that's a good one. Um,
I'm a cookie dough
Amber, you
girl.
go first. Yeah.
I I love cookie dough. I'm partial to it. I feel like I'll mix in like a cake batter, maybe a strawberry because Ben's gotten me onto that. But cookie dough through and through. In terms of Virginia, if you've never been to the Custard Shack, I highly recommend. It's in Bell Vernon. And they only do so many flavors a week because they make everything homemade there too. And they're actually having tag along flavored ice cream. I'm so excited. Ben and I are going to get a quart. Now for Bruno Mars, I feel like there's too many good ones to pick. Um, I really like his most recent one that I am blanking on since it is 11:10 p.m. But I've got a few. Oh, Talking to the Moon. is great. That's what I like. Oh, the Lazy song. I don't feel like doing anything. Oh, I just might. Yeah, that's it.
Favorite Bruno Mars song right now, On My Soul. Really enjoy that one. I couldn't
Ooh.
sing you any lyrics, but it's in my liked songs that I know I like that one. Favorite ice cream place in Virginia might be Toby's Homemade Ice Cream in Crystal City / Pentagon City. Really good milkshakes.
Ooh.
I'm also really love Van Leeuwen, but that's kind of a brand, like a
I've never
bigger
even heard of
brand.
them.
You can get their ice cream in the grocery store. I think they're
Cool.
more of a West Coast, but there's a few Van Leeuwens around now.
Okay.
And then outside of Virginia, I have to say Leo's Homemade Ice Cream in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, because that's where I had my first job. My favorite ice cream flavor. I love anything s'mores.
Oh,
S'mores is a
yum.
really good one. But
But
when
with
I
chocolate
was
ice cream or vanilla ice cream?
vanilla ice cream with chocolate chunks in it.
Okay.
And then Leo's used to make this. We used to have this festival, like a corn festival in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, growing up. And so the owner of Leo's would make cornbread ice cream, which was a sweet cream
Oh.
base. And then
Hmm.
you add in cornbread batter, and it was delicious. So,
That
highly
sounds
suggest
delicious.
that as well.
When should we take our buddy who also really likes corn to Shippensburg?
Well, there's different types of corn, I guess, the Pennsylvania corn and the other type of Midwestern corn. So I'll let you decide that, Amber.
Okay. Sounds good. Corbin.
Okay, so for Bruno Mars song, I feel like I gotta go, and this is kind of from the vault. Natalie from his Unorthodox Jukebox album. If you've never heard it, highly recommend. That was the first concert I ever saw. Was the Unorthodox Jukebox concert. Um, I'm also partial to Locked Out of Heaven and Runaway Baby. Runaway Baby was something that
Mm,
my college pep band, which is like the basketball band, we played. So that was a lot of fun. I have good memories with that. Favorite ice cream flavor, cookies and cream, hands down. I love a cookies and cream. Favorite ice cream place. So it doesn't exist anymore. It was bought out. Growing up, there was a place that was called Pickle Bob's, and I vividly remember it had like this ice cream cone with a giant pickle with a smiley face sticking out of it. Um, and we used to go there a lot as kids, but as an adult, I do love Effie's in like down past Haymarket off of 29. They have a Nutella milkshake that's really good. Or in Harrisonburg, Klein's brownie batter milkshake is one of my all-time favorites.
mm, I love anything brownie batter.
Yum. That sounds delicious. Gosh, it makes me
Um,
want to eat more ice cream.
it makes me want to eat more ice cream, or even better yet, dream about ice cream.
Mm.
Final whisk for this week.
Putting more effort into my outfits. I really felt inspired by the Devil Wears Prada too. I think I need to do a little more research in the fashion. And I feel like I've been putting a little bit more effort into it because of the premiere this week. And my confidence has just gone through the roof.
I feel like when you
So,
dress good, you feel good. Do you know what I mean?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like when Corbin and I went to get ice cream, I didn't have like a super fancy outfit on, but it's amazing what a little pump can do to elevate an outfit. I attempted to curl my hair and that made me feel good. So, yeah, just getting to learn fashion a little more.
Your
Help
makeup
keep
looked
boosting
really
my
nice in that photo you sent.
Thank
You're
you. I was very proud of
welcome.
it. What's yours?
Um, what is mine from this week? Looking at like the Real Housewives and how they are behaving with each other, I think it's patience a little bit. Of I have to have more patience and they have to have more patience, them more than me. Because they're all sorts of fucked up. But we're learning so much about these women, and we have to remember we're only what 6 episodes in with them,
Yeah.
maybe 7 episodes in with them. That 6, that we don't know them as well as we know some of our old Vanderpump Rules characters. We don't
Yeah.
know them as well as we've known like some other housewives or Summer House, you know? So it's definitely one of those things where I'm excited to keep watching. I
Mhm.
love this franchise already so much. My aunt is
Mhm.
very worried that they're going to like make Rhode Island look bad. And I think that is a general consensus for people here. Also,
Really?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't there's also a new DC Bravo show in the works, by the way.
Are they
Because
getting
Real
rid of
Housewives of
Potomac?
I think so because of how bad Potomac's been in the past year and all those arrests.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, good point. Good point.
yeah, I'm
We'll see.
can't wait to freaking see that. So, yeah, patience would be my final whisk of the week is to have more of it and do more with it.
I love it. Great
Thank you.
advice. All right. Well, I'm excited to see all the drama for the Valley next week. Excited to see what the rest of the season of Real Housewives of Rhode Island comes to.
I'm excited to be able to walk again.
I bet.
It's gonna take me 20 minutes to get upstairs.
But luckily, you can sleep in tomorrow.
No,
Hopefully.
I can't. I have
What
to
time do you
wake
have to
up
be on the road?
8 and I have to pack all my things because I'm not gonna do it tonight. And I want to say goodbye to my
Yeah.
aunt first thing in the morning. So,
Yeah. Well,
um,
Godspeed to you, Clara. Godspeed.
thank you. I like don't know if I'll be able to get these baked goods for us, you guys. So,
That's okay.
okay,
When we
great.
do our trip to Rhode Island.
We're gonna eat our weight in baked goods.
There we go.
I can't wait. Okay,
But
anything else? Any final thoughts?
just follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Need for Reality for more recipes. Well, I guess recipes and chaos of us and the shows.
Subscribe, leave a review, and share with your fellow drama lovers. Did you already say follow us on everything? Yeah, you did.
I did. I do the first
um,
half. You got the second
I
half.
got it's so late. It's actually early for us right
I
now.
know, but you did run a half marathon. So,
I did.
Grace, we're giving you patience, Clara. We're
And that's
practicing your final whisk already.
that's all I ask for. So, until next time, you guys.
Until next time, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.